There's a bit of a blues ending there, unexpected. Endings, you could actually do classic Stevie Wonder ending, 6th major. So if you have, it's all to do with resolution of fifths. So if you have that, the G, which is a 5, to the 1, you could do 5, to a major 6, so resolve up. Whole step, yeah. Let me lock that. Exposure, so you can resolve up a whole step, or tritone substitution, so solve down a half step. So it's quite nice. You can again go up to A, and where would that be? E flat, I'm not quite sure. It's basically the diminished thing, so the tetrad, I think that's called. 4 points of resolution. So you would have C major, E flat major, G flat or F sharp major, and A flat major coming from, sorry, A natural, A major, coming from G7. Classic Stevie Wonder. And E flat, I don't know, it's not as strong, but yeah, it's one of the possibilities. If you think about it, the roots make up a diminished arpeggio or chord, whatever. So yeah, that's the idea. But today I didn't want to talk about that. I don't know, it just kind of happened in my head. I wanted to talk about another thing that a lot of students that I have seem to not be too clear about. And again, this might be a bit something that not a lot of people agree, because obviously music has to be also something that you really enjoy, is artistic. So you know, a way to, you know, just let go of the, you know, the emotional side and the artistic side, which shouldn't be, you know, a lot of people would agree that that shouldn't be really controlled or put to a schedule or anything like that, or schedule, one of the two. So the idea is to with something that, you know, you a lot of times you hear in these kind of self-improving, self-improvement, seminars, or, you know, more corporate thing, like, you know, SMART. It spells the acronym SMART. And it's something to do with, you know, setting a goal, or whatever you want to achieve. Let's not call it goal, because that's a word that I like to a certain extent. Something that is, I think I've written it down: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time limited. Geez, I don't know. It's a bit too specific, I think. I think there's a happy medium where, rather than say, I want to get better at guitar, yeah, you say, well, I'm going to learn this tune, and can I do it? Is it within my, is something I can do in short term, and how am I going to achieve that? How am I going to learn that tune? Let's say I'm going to learn first the chords. I'm going to try and figure out if there are new chords, and I'm going to put time specific. I'm going to learn it in a week, okay, or in 2 weeks. So rather than say something so generic as I want to get better at guitar, or I want to get better at technique, you actually figure out how to, you give yourself parameters to do it. So let's say, let's actually do an example that has a parameter. Let's say I want to learn major scales in every key, okay? And let's say I'm going to learn them with the 5 shapes. A lot of people use either the 7 shapes or the 5 shapes. Shapes is one of the, the things you can learn on guitar to break down, some people connected to the cage system, but the way I learn is I learned it and I teach him is like the 5 shapes. So let's say if I want to learn G major, I will have the first shape, and then the second one, and then the third one, and fourth one, and fifth one, and so on. And then obviously I end up at the octave where it repeats. So my goal then is to learn a major scale, and that's in 1 key. So I will start from there. So I will say, rather than learning all the major scale, I'll say, well, the first thing to do is to learn the 5 shapes in 1 key. And that's step 1. And I'll say, how am I going to learn it? How long is it going to take me? I'll say, let's say there are 5 shapes. So let's say 10 days. I'm going to spend 2 days on each shape to make sure I know it, quite well. So I will learn it in any way I know. I'm going to maybe make up some exercises, or just literally like try and learn it like that. That would be day 1 and day 2. And is it achievable? It depends on how good you are. I think a major scale is something you can pretty much learn, especially as a shape. It's achievable from pretty much, if you've had the guitar for, been playing guitar for, let's say, a few weeks, it's achievable because you understand how the guitar works and the shape works and all that. But I know guitarists that are a bit more advanced and still don't know a major scale in any key or any point in the guitar. So I'd say then obviously you've done this and it's taking you 10 days, and at that point you should know the 5 shapes, and then you have goal number 2. Let's learn in 12 keys. 12 keys, I'm going to write it down with 12 keys obviously, and let's say that's 24 days. Let's say I'm going to learn the first shape, and I'm going to try and learn it in 12 keys, and that should take me, I already know that actually, obviously, if I already know the shapes, there's no point. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is like, I'm going to spend 2 days on each key, so that's 24 days. So that is something that gives you a time frame. It gives you, okay, I will get better within this time frame, rather than is a very, very, very generic idea, And obviously then you can find different ways of different areas. There are always different areas, always things to learn. You can always check back, was 24 days was that enough? Was it too much? So you will learn as you go. You will get better at improving and planning, and obviously try and remember that this has to be fun. But this is more of the mechanical side of playing an instrument. So that needs that type of approach, I think. Otherwise you just I think it just takes too long, and not having the knowledge and the technique becomes an hindrance. If you're that kind of musician, obviously, if you want to have that knowledge, if you just want to play by ear, it's fine by me. I don't have anything against that. But there are so many areas of music that you can get better at. At the moment, I'm trying to work on playing solo guitar, like, you know, the pieces that I played at the beginning, which are still not super clean, you know, like um, at the level that I want them. And I try to obviously try to learn the tune. There'll be step one to actually learn the tune and the chords, and then I would try and find slightly more interesting harmony, and then transpose them in every key, so I actually truly know them, and trying to find something cool about it, like, you know, this tune I might do it in a particular way. So yeah, so try and be specific about the stuff that you want to learn, not just I am going to learn the major scale and 12 keys, because that doesn't tell you how you're going to do it, which is the thing that makes you do it. So try to learn, again, try to attach, try to attach the how, so like a schedule and a time limit, so to speak. And then obviously if it's not enough or too long, tweak it. But you know, you'll see that you're a good judge of what you can do, so to speak. Well, that's that. Bye bye.